FOIL. So how many of you in here have heard of FOIL and done FOIL before?
I've heard of it. I don't remember what it stands for.
You don't remember? Okay, that's fine. So FOIL basically means first, outer, inner, last, and it's an acronym that works when we multiply two binomials together. Okay, so make sure you're paying attention because I don't want to have to come around and teach each individual student a lesson again when you don't. So today we will talk about how we multiply polynomials. So FOIL is an acronym used to multiply binomials, distribute each term in the first binomial to each term in the other binomial, and then combine like terms. This only works for two binomials, so they have to be two terms each. So let's look at the examples. So example 1. Is that two binomials? Dustin, what do you think? Is it two binomials?
You're doing an inspirational speech to my friend who's crying.
Is this the time for that right now?
Yes, it is, but she's crying right now, not later.
Yes, what is it? Two binomials?
Yes.
So we're going to use FOIL, right? So first times the first term. So the first term times the first term. That's going to be x squared. Outer. Yep, so first, when they say FOIL, they mean the first term times the first term. So that's the x times the x, the first term in each binomial. You see what I'm saying? Now we do the outer term, so that's the terms on the outside. Okay? Terms on the outside right here. That's x times 4x, which is 4x. Next we do our inner terms. So that's the two in the middle. That's 2 times x, which is
2x.
2x. And then lastly we have last times last. So 2 times 4, which is 8. Once you get to this step, you should be able to combine these two middle terms because they're like. So what's 4x plus 2x?
6x.
Good, so we get x squared plus 6x plus 8. Make sense? I just made your guys' quiz that you're going to have, not next week, but the week, yeah, it'll be the end of next week that you have a quiz, so like a week from today.
When's our first test?
I don't know if we're going to have tests or just quizzes in here.
Yeah, just quizzes.
I vote quizzes.
Yeah.
It's basically the same thing, and just call it a quiz or a test.
Yeah, I know, but it's just less stressful if you call it a quiz.
Alright, let's just call it a quiz.
Yeah.
Alright, we'll just call it a quiz.
That's a great one.
Okay.
Test
Anyways.
is a very intimidating word.
Alright, we have another quiz coming up. Alright.
Exam.
No, exam is even more intimidating.
No, exam is like the 9 weeks. We'll have a 9 weeks quiz in here. Okay, 9 weeks quiz.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Alright, so the next
Really?
one. What are my first two terms? Sean, what do you think?
2x plus 1.
2x.
Oh, 2x and then
And
what
the
is
other
1x?
x.
Could you put a 1 for the x?
You
Wait,
can.
So was I right? It is 2 binomials?
Yes, they are two binomials. That's the only time you can use
Would
FOIL.
you add those together or no?
You multiply them. So what's 2 times 1?
Well, 2.
And then what's x times x?
X
to the
x to the second power?
There we go. That's how you do it.
Would it be x squared? Yeah.
Yep, x squared.
Third is cubed.
X squared into the second power is the same, yeah.
Okay.
Cubed is third, you're right. So then we're going to do the outer terms. So 2x and negative 5. So Kate, you go, this is all you. What's 2x times negative 5?
I think it's 10x.
Negative, good. Negative 10x. Good job. And next we're going to do inner terms, okay? feel about FOIL? Not bad? Alright, cool. Let's move on to another method. So with multiplying two binomials together, this works for any polynomial. So you can have a bunch of terms, okay? But we call this the area model. And this is where you make the four little window boxes. In this case, if we're doing two binomials. We make the window boxes, okay? And then we're going to multiply the corners, okay? So how you set it up is you count the number of terms total. So how many terms do we have in this first one here? The one in the first parentheses.
2.
2. How many terms here?
2.
So that means our box is going to be 2 by 2. So 2 by 2. So it looks like this, like a window. Okay? Draw one of those. And then you're going to put your letters or your numbers above the boxes. So it doesn't matter which goes where because it's multiplication, which is commutative. So this is going to be y. This is going to be a positive 8. This is going to be y. And this is going to be a positive 1. Okay, so I basically just put each one on each side. And now what you do is you multiply the corners. So what's y times y?
2y.
Not 2y, that's adding them. Y to
1
the...
to the second one.
Good. What's y times 1?
1y.
Yep, 1y, or just y, correct. And what's 8 times y?
It would be like 8y.
Correct. You got it. And then lastly, what's 8 times 1?
8.
Good.
Ooh.
Look at that. So now you have it all in a box. So you should be able to combine two of these boxes together when you multiply two binomials. So which two of these boxes represent like terms?
1y and a1.
Yeah, 8y and 1y, right? You can add those together. And that's going to give me y squared plus 9y, because I can combine those, plus 8. And that's how you get your answer using the area model. So you can use FOIL or area model. I don't care, as long as you do it correctly and you do it yourself. That's fine. So that's how you use the area model. So lastly, we're going to try this one using the area model. Okay? So we draw our boxes based on how many terms we have in each of the binomials. 2 and 2. So that means we're going to have 4 boxes. This is going to be k and negative 4. And this is going to be, I'm lagging. Technology so bad. This is going to be k and 5. But I can't write. There we go. K and positive 5. So you just write them on the sides, and then we multiply the corners. What's k times k?
K2.
K to the second, yeah. Or k squared, either one's correct. What's k times 5? 5k. What's negative 4 times k? Yep. And then lastly, what's negative 4 times 5?
Negative 20.
Negative 20. Now, I can combine two of these, right? I can combine this one and this one. So what is 5k minus 4k?
1k.
Okay. So now we're left with k squared plus k minus 20. And that's your final answer.
Can you put like 1k after the
Sure, if you want to put 1k, that's fine. But I will warn you on a multiple choice test, if it's just 1k, I wouldn't write 1k on there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would just write k. Okay, so from here you guys